So to start with, let's start with the very obvious question. Who are you and what do you do within the arts, Finn?
I am a musician, a singer-songwriter, and I write my own music, release my own music, and play many gigs when able around the northeast at the moment.
How did you first get involved with music?
Well, I was very lucky because I was surrounded by a very musical family, as Simon will probably know as well. All my family are musicians on my mum's side, and they basically had like they still do, but they don't gig as much. But they have like a big Irish folk cover band called the Shea Family Band. It includes like my granddad, my mum, my great uncle, my cousin, my auntie, and then so growing up, I was just they'd constantly just be having rehearsals and stuff at my nana's house and stuff, and I just end up being amongst it all really. So I didn't really know anything different. I was in and out of folk festivals as a kid as well, like Beautiful Days Festival and stuff like that, Cambridge Folk Festival. I was just surrounded by it, so it was really inevitable that I ended up just picking up a guitar and wanting to join in and stuff. And then I think I pretty much, as soon as I could play a few chords, I ended up joining probably right at the back behind everyone, kind of unplugged.
It's smaller as well.
Yeah, and then I got too old for that to happen. And then I just ventured off and started doing my own stuff as I grew up. Found my own feet with things really, but that's how I got into it anyway.
Am I right? If you're thinking like performance-wise, do you have like a theatre background as well?
I do, very much so. Yeah, that all started with my mum and my nana just kind of waking me up one morning as like a 13-year-old saying, "You go into a theatre group," and I was like, "No, I'm not." And then I had like I actually ended up kind of really liking it, and then I ended up going to college studying musical theatre, did drama in school. That was my only A star. I wasn't very academic, and then I ended up going. I auditioned for drama school in London. It took me like 2 years to get in because it was like a really difficult, kind of stressful time. But then it was very rewarding when I got in, and I absolutely loved my time there. I went to London School of Musical Theatre and lived in London, and then and came out of that. I had an agent for a bit. I started doing like did a little bit of off West End theatre sort of workshops and things. I had a lot of auditions, and ended up just kind of finding my feet again, coming back into music. I think I've always just, no matter how far I've gone away from maybe not playing music, I've always just found my way back to it, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. So, and then I've just, that's how I have a theatre background as well.
It's weird. I thought of that. I just thought like, I remember you being in that circle and doing stuff.
Yeah. No, you're right. I did. I've done a couple of a few amateur productions as well growing up.
You used to be able to do a backflip. That's what I remember.
Yeah. I don't think I can do that anymore. Maybe after a few pints.
So when you think about obvious influences and stuff, you've got like your family and stuff, but is there any other inspirations within music that like come to you?
Yeah. I think what my parents usually played. My dad, my uncle, they'd often play a lot of Stone Roses in the car. It'd always be in the car. I have a lot of memories of first hearing artists. When you have that kind of, everyone has that kind of memory where they really connect with the song, and they can think back, and they can all of a sudden just be back in exactly the same place. A lot of my memories are in the car on long journeys, and I got introduced to like the Stone Roses, Oasis, the Seahorses, a lot of kind of Britpop actually. So I think that combined with my folk influence as well
that's really interesting. That's what the car journeys are like.
Yeah, they were like, I just remember, it's mad, because I remember hearing the Seahorses for the first time. I think it was Blinded by the Sun. And I just remember towards the end, the list goes on and on. And I remember just turning and going, who are these? and it's like these distinct memories, and it almost like just transforms me straight back to being in the car. It's like, it's mad how music can kind of impact your memory in that way, and you can just be suddenly back and remember everything, all the details.
Oh, that's really cool because this segues really, it never really segues with me. It just goes on and on down one tangent.
Let's talk about trail running.
Why do you think the creative arts are important?
Many reasons. Yeah. I think they can connect with people, anyone, absolutely anyone in the world, in ways that other industries and other professions don't have the power to do. I think a lot of people who probably overlook the impact that creative arts can have on their life. A lot of people don't realize how much things with sort of create music or any other form of sort of that's being created by a creative, if you retract that from a lot of things that you wouldn't expect them to have, it just seems completely like naked. Like I think it was like that poster kind of went viral, didn't it? Did you see that poster about the ballerina?
Oh, yeah.
Someone re-edited it and just kind of labeled how many creative people they would have had to have hired to make that poster. And it's just
that
like,
one thing, yeah.
Just like, and that's just one thing. I think if I don't know, like you take music out of film, you've got a completely different film. Take music out of a series, acting scenes, you've got it completely transforms the scene. Even ask anyone in Middlesbrough if they go out, take live music away from their life, and I think we've found that out firsthand this year, how much of an impact that can have on your mental health if you're not able to continue with your routine, and that includes the creative arts. So it's kind of proven for itself in front of us all this year, I think, massively. But yeah,
it's literally everything is what I know. It says like what, like you like that mirror in the background. Someone designed that, like
like, you know
what
I mean? I think, and
you like your phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what gets overlooked. I think that. I think in a nutshell, it can. You can. I think.
Who designed that nutshell? Somebody designed that nutshell.
What are we talking on? We're talking on a Mac. It's. I think in a nutshell, it can connect with people, inevitably more so than any other kind of thing can do, really.
That's spot on. And obviously you touched upon it a little bit there, but how has lockdown affected your work, your craft, and how's it affected your future plans as well?
I've been very lucky, because it's just affected me in the most positive way I can possibly fathom. It's kind of just put everything, something just clicked for me in the first lockdown. I don't know whether it was because I've never been in this situation before like everyone else, but something just flicked in my mind, and it gave me a chance to just collectively bring everything together and reassess my situation. And it's been the best year yet for me as an artist in many different ways. I'm looking forward to continuing that now, even if we come out of this situation.
Like a new mindset and a new kind of like flow.
Brand new, just a lot more proactive, a lot more organized, completely different artist. I mean, I look back at what things I was complaining about pre-lockdown and the lack of understanding I had, and I just think like who is that guy?
Just backflipping everywhere.
yeah. Like I'm complaining about shit. Like I'm just like, you like literally. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear that. You didn't have a clue. I was like, that guy didn't have a clue. But then, that's about, I suppose that's about growing, isn't it? So
no, that's all right.
It's affected me in the best way possible. In that respect, anyway.
It's cool. Thanks very much for your time, mate.
No worries at all. Thank you for having me on.
I'll just press stop.